So firstly, let's get a little bit of audience action going on. I'm going to give you fair warning, whip out your device. Mainly a mobile device, please, but get that one out. Because they say never work with children, animals, or live studio audiences, but that's exactly how we're going to start today, because what better way to show you a Cheetah experience by having you experience one for yourselves. So to my left and right, you'll see a QR code. Load up on your camera. It should prompt you to a web link. That web link will take you straight to a Cheetah experience. And whilst I fill for time while you do that, I'll tell you a little bit about this. This is one of our acquisition experiences. So we're going to show you the library in a minute. This is geared towards getting new users interested in potentially your brand. So I'm going to let you have a little do, and then I'm going to switch like magic behind the scene so I can show you the experience itself. So hopefully a lot of you are logged on. Please get swiping. You're all familiar with dating profiles, I'm sure. It's all a swipe right, get swiping. That's how I met my fiance, so it's legit. Not through Cheetah Experiences, although that would have been interesting too.
Nuts.
So I'm going to take you on this tour. For anyone who can't log in, please look at the screen. So now going through a Cheetah Experience. This one's about how you explore Chicago with Infinity. There's who we're going to explore it with. Ellis Chesperer, for those who are interested, is the guy who sorted out the sewer system here, so, kudos to him. That was a little bit of the zero-party data. We'll also get to the first data party section towards the end. You can see where have you traveled from. You can tell people your name and your email address, all great brand data. As we skim right to the end, there's a really important tick box. This is the opt-in for marketing. Following on what Rich has said, this is because you yourselves you like the brand, you want to communicate with them. That's fine, you've made a choice. At the end, we've got our terms and conditions for a competition, because typically when you're doing acquisition, you do a sweepstake or something like that. And there's an enter button. Now, why do I like the enter button so much? Because when you click it, all that good information is passed straight into the engagement data platform that John set up. Then you get a picture of my head, and then we can continue with the regular featured presentation. I'll be back. I'm just going down here a sec. I'm back. So, how was it all built? Let's have a look. Welcome to Cheetah Experiences. Woo! So, let's show you how this all happens. So firstly, we're going to jump into the experience library. This is great, and Rich has already mentioned there's over 85 plus different experiences. This is the first port of call for all the marketers out there. These are templates, although I don't like using the word templates, because as you'll see as we go, they're highly customizable with all the content and elements that you want. We've got lots of different options here. I'm just going to show you a mere few. In the contest section, you can load pictures of your dog. You can have captions about funny things. We have wonderful quizzes, which everyone loves, from sort of image-based category quizzes and personality quizzes to trivia items. In the giveaway section, and no, I've just hit 3 of the categories at the top. We have the sweepstakes section, and because it's the season coming up, a campaign, an experience that's shaped like a Christmas tree. Wow. Baubles included. Heading back to the home screen, this is where I do my quick little announcement to say there are loads of experiences here. To learn more, because I'm rushing through this, head to this experience zone out back, and then they'll tell you more about these. We, however, are going to build one right here, right now. So I'm going to start in 2 simple clicks. I'm going to start building one of these out. So this screen, by the way, gives you a little bit of overview of what every experience is. So it will help marketers know that actually I need to do something to increase a certain KPI, or actually there's an event coming up like Christmas. Let's have a bit of inspiration. Then we click Create, and we head to this initial setup wizard. So this screen here is a great talking point. This shows you the omni-channel nature of all the things that we build. So first of all, we have experiences can be published directly to the web, either as a microsite or most commonly as a responsive embed that gets dropped onto one of your existing sites. It's that easy. You take our embed, you drop it onto your page. It could be a full takeover. It could just be a section that you've already set up. That's the most popular. Then we have the social elements. They can be embedded onto Facebook. They can be, as all the cool kids are doing right now, inside of an Instagram story. So much inside of it that actually you don't even have to swipe out. You're still in Instagram because you don't want to take people off that. And then finally, we have the add unit option. Then the entry screen, which I'm just going to briefly mention because we're going to talk about what happens when you set up unlimited entries for every user to come back and again, but hold that thought. Finally, this is a big one, themes. Yes, it's all well and good that you have 85 plus experiences, but it's not great if you have to ask an internal team or an agency to style them out. With the themes and the concept of themes, we add these to every account. Every brand has their digital brand guidelines and their fonts and all that good stuff uploaded in a theme, and you can have multiple themes in an account. This then gets applied to those experiences. At the end of it then, you're already quite the way through to having something to go live. At this step, for any of you British people here, I'm going to say, here's one I made earlier. Thank you, Blue Peter. This is one of our experiences that's geared towards sort of re-engagement. So John's already mentioned at risk to unsubscribe. So this is one that we made to say, right, how can we tempt them with another carrot? I don't know why I'm fishing with a carrot, but I don't fish. I should fish. Two things I want to mention on this, though. Firstly, for any of you who did actually complete that experience at the very beginning, when you next open your inbox, you'll have a little surprise, and it won't be the face mask that I came out on stage with. It will be an email from Cheetah Messaging that says, thank you for entering, and it'll have a link to the experience so you can see that in action. The other thing that I wanted, and John, we're all integrated, that's why I wanted to make that point, one big happy loving. The second thing I want to mention is progressive data capture. So this is just a form, so you're going to have to sort of imagine it with me. But when you set up an experience that people can enter over time and repeatedly enter over time, we can set it up so that questions that have already been answered will disappear. So it removes a barrier to entry. But more importantly, those questions that were there and have been answered can be replaced with not better questions, but new questions. So that one experience, maybe living over a period of months, can slowly acquire new and much further information about the person who's entering. Heading back to our trusty platform then, just check this one there. So we're in the experiences list now, so we're back in. Things I want to just say here, everything you build, whether you launch it or not, lives here, and it's a place that you can use it again and again. There can be things that are in draft mode, so you can edit it later. There are things that need to be published, they can be in ready. And the ones that are live can not only be republished afterwards, but using this lovely little button, which saves a lot of our time, you can clone experiences, not just in this account, but you can actually clone them to different accounts. So I'm sure many of you sat here manage multiple brands and multiple markets with different languages. One central experience that you start and you invested your time in can be cloned and then sent all these different places, which is a wonderful thing. Now, in my remaining few minutes, I'm going to quickly dive into the experience itself to show you deeper down the rabbit hole how it's edited. So onto here, this is the actual experience builder. You'll all be familiar with this type of setup, the drag and drop widgets. We have different widgets such as content, so you can add images and copy and text and links. And then we have the form elements underneath. These are the ones that can be pushed directly into the engagement data platform. If we click into this, you'll see how easy and how many options you have for the non-technical marketer to create something, change the headline, the byline. If we go into design quickly, you can see how you can change where the image sits next to the copy and things like that. I'm going to be bold again. I'm going to try another live replace of something. So let's pick this cycling one. And I can click apply. And then we're going to preview this. And hopefully, we're going to have a new screen. There we do. Oh, wow, what a great platform. Brilliant stuff. That was done live.
That's live.
So there we go. So now to sort of my final ramp out of here. This screen then, we went to the experience library to pick an experience that would be good to us. Then we went through the wizard to set it up with the core settings. And then we built out and edited it for launch. Now we're on the page where we can manage it whilst it's live. So there's certain things such as entries. All of that data is yours. So if you ever need to manually export it, you can. We can manage the entries as well in terms of winners with this winner management tool. In our insights section, there's some live insights all over a period of time, so you can see in real time how it's performing. And most excitingly, actually, and this is the big circular bombshell I'm going to do, I've said to you that all the data is being pushed somewhere. It's being pushed to the data platform. Using John's brilliant app switcher, which probably is the coolest thing of the day, we can click on that now. And then if we go into data, and we look at Bill, good old Bill. He's sorted us out today, hasn't he, Bill? As John showed you earlier, experiences. Bill is all up for running with Bill Murray, and I'm sure that would be an entertaining thing, although I don't know how Bill's knees would be, as in Bill Murray's knees would be, but maybe our Bill's got bad knees too.
Bills.
We'll find that out later. Finally, in more attributes, and this is a really important one for the world that we all work in, receive mail offers. That is where the opt-in happened earlier. That's when we actively said, yes, I would like this brand to communicate with me. So that allows Cheetah Messaging to start using that to send out messages. And then finally, we started with a live test, and now we're going to end on a live test. I'm going to go into analytics, because anyone who used to be with Weigh-In, now Cheetah Experiences, we always like to try to come up with ways of displaying data more. This is it. This is in real time some of the entries that you guys have put in. This is a really simple and quite powerful graph to show you what's been going on. And you can see the opt-in rates is high. We can see immediately some of the trends that everyone's quite keen for Bill Murray today. That's good. And everyone's definitely, they want to walk with Bill Murray, which I think he'll appreciate because he's getting on. Anyway, that is Cheetah Experiences. I'll see you guys later.
Great.
It's great, George.
Good job, buddy.